Hey guys, welcome back to It Hurts to Be Pretty podcast. I'm Angel Renee.
I'm Lexi Wilk, and we are sitting here with,
In the presence
oh
of
my God, Colorado's top drag queen.
You are so kind to me.
Jessica Lahore.
I
I am so excited to finally meet you because I got introduced to you via Instagram. Someone sent me your link and I'm like, I love her.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love to see it.
Yeah.
This is a full circle moment.
Yeah, so I was just, you see someone on social and you get to see their personality a little bit, but to actually meet you in person, first of all, you have a full face beat, and me and Lexi are like, she's gonna come in full glam. And
How long did this
we're
take?
like,
An hour and 7 minutes today.
7
really?
minutes. Do you time
Time
it?
every single time. So hour and 7 minutes
Okay.
today. Yeah.
Damn.
But I was also late, so I think that makes sense. I can't show up late and look busted. So
Hey,
no, you look fabulous.
guess
So-
how long ours took?
Ugh. Don't say
you
it's
woke
rude.
up like this. That's how it
Exactly.
is. This is natural.
Period.
It's all natural. It's all natural. Okay, so you were crowned Colorado's Drag Entertainer of the Year.
Yeah, in 2018.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That
Yeah.
is so awesome. So wait, who gives you the crown? Like, where is this located? What happened?
So the Colorado Divas, the Drag Initiative and Variety Awards, are a huge queer celebration across the state, from venues to go-go dancers to photographers, makeup artists, and more. And 2018 was the very first one that was planned and organized and voted on, and they had a Drag Entertainer of the Year. Which
And you
happened to
won.
Me. Yeah.
Do you like dance and do a full?
No, I walk up, I accept my award, say thank you so much, and then that's it.
To dance or anything?
No,
Like,
I
to
danced
perform?
throughout the entire year
Yeah.
to get that
Oh,
award.
stop.
Oh yeah, that happened prior. This was a very
Okay, but
tame
you,
day.
But you entertain is what I'm
Yes,
saying.
I entertained to get the award for sure, but for that moment, I just
You
got to
didn't
walk
dance
up. No,
again.
I mean maybe I did like a little happy
It
dance.
was not a competition.
Hey, I walk for shimmy.
Probably a little happy dance, but no, that one was just walk up and get the award kind of
Well,
thing.
congrats.
How did you get your start in drag?
Oh my gosh. So 10.5 years in the business, 7.5 years full-time as a performer, entertainment consultant, producer, and I started in CSU, Fort Collins, Colorado. So I was going to school, struggling with sexual identity, inner identity. I hated drag. I actually called it really gross and disgusting, which
No
was
way.
really weird to be.
Really?
Yeah.
What a
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't
So
know what
you
it
were
was.
just like-
I think I was just confused, very confused. And I was like, oh, this is weird. I don't like
How old were
watching
you at
this.
the time?
17,
Uh,
18.
So it's probably 17 or
Okay.
18. That's about right. And yeah, so I had a boyfriend that was interested in drag. I wanted to support him, and he took me to a show. And the first queen I ever saw, named Ginger Douglas, was doing this beautiful ballad, all decked out, gorgeous glam, and was fingering herself at the same time.
Sounds like our night at the box.
We went to the Box in New York City. Yeah.
You're like, this is how it started. I saw it
is
as like,
how it
I want
starts.
to do that.
So that's where a little seed was planted, where you were like, okay, I think I could do this.
Yeah, and I always loved theater and things like that, but drag was never an idea in that realm. So right after the show, we went to Walmart. He had makeup and a wig. I got a bra and a shirt, like a women's shirt from Walmart, and I put myself in drag to the best of my ability, and I looked really awful, which is to be expected. But,
But
he
did you
was-
feel good?
I felt amazing.
There you go.
But I didn't feel so great because he was like, "Oh my God, you make a really ugly woman. You should never do drag again." And I said, "Well, fuck you." And now I'm still here.
and you're not together,
Oh
right?
God, no. We
He's
lasted
gone.
like 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's watching on social media.
Oh yeah.
like,
He was directed at the time too, and he didn't make it very far, and so I'm
like,
still here, and I'm doing just fine. Ugh.
Sex to be you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that was like the immersed start. Yeah.
So, how do your family and friends feel about drag?
Ooh. If most of my family and friends, most of my friends, all of my friends love drag. At this point, if you're friends with me, you have to like drag. If you don't like drag, it's really not going to work out.
Yeah.
Even some of my best friends from high school, family, my sisters are super supportive, and they're wonderful. I've actually gotten a lot closer with them since coming out and coming out as a queen, which has been great. Parents, not so much.
Really?
Yeah, I got to see my dad for the first time in 8 years, like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
And
So not for the holidays, 2 weeks ago.
no, 2 weeks ago for a funeral. That's the only time
Wow.
I've seen my parents, really. I haven't seen my mom for 2.5 years prior to that, and then about 3 years prior to that.
And do you go as Jessica?
No, I go as Zach, but I go as like queer as hell, Zach.
Yeah.
Like, you'll know that I'm a queen when I
Yeah.
walk in. I don't care that it's a funeral or a family function at this point. But it just was a reminder of like, when you escape a childhood that you didn't realize was so toxic and homophobic and misogynistic and racist, and then you're back with them and you're like, this makes sense as to why I kind of faded from the group. And that's another reminder. But
do they live in Colorado?
they live in they live 20 minutes from me.
Wow.
Yeah, they live in Westminster. My sisters live in Portland and in Chicago. Most of my extended family's in Indiana and Chicago, and for the most part, people are respectful. Sisters, again, are super supportive, but parents, not
I
so
want to
much.
go back to, because I'm a mother. I have 3 kids, 25, 24, 22.
3 kids?
Isn't it insane?
Make this make sense.
No,
Oh my gosh.
seriously.
But as a mother, I want to go back to when you first came out to your mom and to your dad.
Yeah.
That moment where did you sit down and talk to them? Did you struggle to sit down and talk to them? Or were you like, fuck it, they're gonna find out one day? How did you do that?
Yeah, so this is going to get a little bit more on the intense side, which I hope is totally okay.
Yeah, of course.
Just for some context and backstory, when I was growing up in high school and then I started college, I came home from a visit. And usually when I came home from college to when I was at work, when I was with my family, I very much was like 4 to 5 different personas based off of how I spoke, in what tones I spoke, how I acted, how I dressed. Everything was changed depending on the group of people I was around because I wasn't ready to come out, but I didn't know who I wanted to be. And I was weird about trying to be queer, but also not really accepting myself. And my dad asked questions about, I was just me and him, asked about if I was dating any girls. I said, no, I'm not dating any girls right now, nothing like that. And which could have been possible at the time I was bisexual. Sure. And then he was like, well, you're not dating any guys, right? And I said, no, Dad, I'm not dating any guys. Obviously, by asking that, he had a little hunch, but he's like, good, because there's no way I could live more than 5 minutes knowing I had a queer son. I'd go into the kitchen, grab a knife, and kill myself.
Oh my God.
And that was when I was like 18. So at that point, even when I was discovering some internal stuff about like, oh, maybe this is it, I shut all of that down. I did drag in my dorm room, put makeup on, took it off before I left or before my roommate came back in. I didn't tell anybody who I was in the drag world. Like anybody that knew me in the drag world didn't know my real name, didn't know what I looked like, didn't know how to find me. Everyone was blocked on both accounts, so you couldn't like backtrack it. I did everything to make sure my parents would not find out. And living so close, it was very possible.
Yeah.
As I progressed and, my name was now on posters and, interviews were out there. Even earlier, Jessica, you can tell it's me.
Yeah.
So I didn't want that to get back to them. But we had a really awful family incident that required kind of an ultimatum of my one sister zooming in and my entire family getting together for family therapy. We had maybe 2 sessions. And the second session, I told this story that I had not told to anybody but my one sister prior to. And it was kind of like a weird moment. Pretty much gave my dad in that time, I came out then, I gave my dad an opportunity and said, I just need you to tell me, like, do you love me? That was it. He said, well, if you say I don't, then obviously I don't. And it was kind of like one of those petty moves, like you could just grow up and say what you want, but you're being sarcastic and kind of an asshat right now. So I took that as the deep breath. That was 23. I was about 23 years old, 24, 23. And I said, okay, so I'm gay. This is how it is. I'm also an entertainer. I didn't say drag queen. My mom thought I was a stripper, which different contexts of strippering. And I was asked to give my house key back and get my things. And yeah, in that time frame, the only time I've seen my dad was at his dad's funeral and his mom's funeral, so my grandparents. And I saw my mom once when she was earlier on trying to be supportive, but it was all backhanded. It was all,
Is it because she supports your dad and pretty like? I feel like
Catholic, old school Catholic.
Okay, I was gonna say what the father says, the mother has to kind of
unfortunately
adhere to, like listen to and be obedient to, right? Like
very much.
What the man says goes, and if she's going against that, you're not being.
Even if it wasn't said as
submissive.
direct as that, it was definitely that energy. It was very much we are on the same team no matter what kind of thing.
And your sisters were just like, fuck you, parents.
I mean, very similarly, each of us, me and my siblings, have all gone through like eras of shit. At one point, it was my oldest sister who was like rejected by my dad, and then my middle sister who's been kind of floatingly rejected from my family, and now it's me at this point. yeah, I mean, easy as 2 weeks ago, I had that inkling of like, maybe I should reconnect with my mom. Maybe I'll like make the step and have lunch. The last lunch went awful, but it's been 2.5 years. And before I even got to the funeral, she didn't want me to be a pallbearer because she was worried I was going to show up in a dress and it would be embarrassing to her. And I'm like, this is just, you don't care.
At the end of the day, how does that, like, did you ever have a good cry? Like, because that hurts. And I know because I'm not close to my mother. I've never met my father. So I have issues with that. And I feel like even as a 45-year-old woman, that pain still kind of lingers, you know, no matter how much therapy I have. How do you deal with that rejection? Because that's supposed to be your support system. That's supposed to be your cheerleader.
The unconditional love piece, that's who
I look to.
It was easier with my dad. After carrying the weight of him possibly taking his life for so many years, that was very much a relief of, I have nothing to lose in this case, and I can't force this. We always butted heads on what we liked or didn't like or getting along. We never were really that close. A lot of really tense moments. So that pull away was a lot easier to say, you're an adult man who can make an adult man decision of whether or not you want to be involved with your children's lives, but don't sit there and complain then.
So once you said that, how relieved were you that you were like free now?
It was amazing. I went free. As soon as I came out, I went online, made my coming out video, came out to the drag world, unblocked people, told everybody in my work. I completely let everybody into my world. It was incredible. With my mom, it's been significantly harder. I was a mama's boy growing up, like very attached to the hip. A lot of amazing memories. She was the one I leaned on for everything. And that kind of faded away as I was starting to hide myself and she wasn't as accepting as that. And then kind of the fakeness behind it. And I love you unconditionally, but you can't, I don't want to hear empty words and empty promises. And that one comes and goes. So like, I had a sit down lunch with my mom. That was awful. Finding out all these things that she felt or that, I had been just sitting with and not knowing for many years was awful. I had a good cry about that. This last one with this funeral, I wasn't even shocked.
Yeah.
It was, I walked into it. I was respectful. I gave her a hug. It felt empty, which is not the mom hug that you love to get.
No way.
And walked away from that experience, found out all of these other things that she was saying while I was at this funeral. And said, this is just, again, one of those reminders is why I'm distancing myself, being around my racist, homophobic family, terrible people, and then being like, this is why. This is not going to work. So, does it suck? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course. Do you have your good cries? Absolutely. But it's easier to mellow and maintain. Everyone's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And it's at this point not my choice. Right. It's not my choice to make adult decisions for people that.
But I truly want to know for those little boys or girls who are afraid to come out. Or afraid to be like, I'm hiding this and I don't know how to say, especially people in religious homes, they're afraid to. So, thank you for being who you are, because it takes courage, honestly. And I know that even I was in New York City. We were in New York City this past weekend, and I met this beautiful woman named Bloom, and she was gorgeous. I'm like, everybody's so gorgeous next to me. I'm in Frumpy at the bar. No, but she was gorgeous. We're talking. And she goes, no matter what, and she's fully has transitioned. She still gets the look. She says she still gets the men who want to date her, but are still embarrassed to be in public with her.
We're just on the DL.
Yeah, they'll take you to the hotel room. They'll take you to a restaurant that nobody goes to. But she's like, I struggle with it, and it's really hard because even now in 2024, people don't accept me. And men are fully want to be in committed relationships, but they don't want to take her out in public. So how do you deal with that? Do you have a partner right now?
I do. I have a boyfriend right now. Okay. And I had my previous ex, we were together for 5 years. So I've managed to find people in realms. I gave up dating apps in 2016. I never looked back. Found some people naturally.
That's yeah. How do you find them naturally?
Naturally?
Yeah, where? Please, where?
Okay. I am on the microphone meeting beautiful people every week. And you shoot your shot enough and one will just hook on.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
How often are you performing?
I perform 6 to 7 nights a week.
Wow. And where?
Anywhere from like maybe
anywhere
from like 6 events to 20 events a week.
Okay,
sometimes.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Can't be on a weeknight though.
I'm too old. But on a weekend, I catch.
We got you. We get you on a brunch. That's how we do it.
We're on a brunch.
That's how we kick it off.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Let's go to a brunch.
Okay.
I'm
down.
working all over the States, and you got to come for a brunch.
We'll be there.
Please.
What are the hours? Because it's hard work. You have to be in really fucking good shape.
So every Saturday and Sunday I do brunch, 2 shows on Saturday, 2 shows on Sunday.
Where at?
And Mary's, Hamburger Mary's.
Hamburger Mary's.
And then I post my schedule every month, and very thankfully booked and busy and blessed. I'm probably in the range of like 40 events a month,
Nice.
which is great.
Oh my gosh.
And all over the state. I go to Longmont twice a month, Fort Collins 3 times a month, Boulder twice a month. I go to Greeley once a month, and then most of my shows are in Denver outside of traveling. And traveling's coming back this year, which is great.
Where do you travel to?
So for this Thursday, I'll be, I don't know when this episode comes out, but I'll be in Austin, Texas, hosting the music showcase for South by Southwest conference.
Oh, fun.
Then I'll be in Wyoming on Saturday doing an event for Wyoming Equality where we raise money. And so in May, I'll be in Vegas hosting a swingers party at a hotel.
Fun.
All couples and swingers and polyamorous, kink-based fetish people.
I know.
It's exactly that. It is like rented out to them. They do what they want, and you just kind of people watch like, oh.
Oh, that's a fun job.
What
I
is
could
the
people watch that shit all
craziest
day.
thing? Well, we've been to the Box in New York City. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Box.
I've heard of the Box. I've not been.
Okay, so we've seen some shit, literally. So what is the craziest thing you've seen at a show or have done personally? I want to know like the
the
craziest.
dirty details too.
Let
Don't
me
hold back.
think of. We used to do like lap dance games. We still do them where you can bring up contestants. Consensually, they'll give each other lap dance, and somebody came.
Oh wow.
During their lap dance.
Shut up.
And
Was it
was
male or female?
It was a male. It was very obvious that he got hard and came in the middle of the show,
love it.
and that had never happened.
Job well done.
I know. Apparently, it became
Damn.
right. And
From a
that's when she was looking real rough around the edges. We've had people that get fucked up and literally like someone took a shit in the little box for tampons one time.
Oh, the toilet's like right there.
Literally right there.
It's not that far.
I love that. Now I'm on the spot. I'm like, well, what have I compartmentalized and put away? All the trauma response.
Yeah, you got to dig deep.
Sometimes you just see so many things too. You're just like, yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, it's hard to say what's weird nowadays.
Well, what about behind the scenes? Like, what goes down before shows, after shows? How do you get hyped up?
Oh man, so to start my day, I'm usually up pretty early. Like for a Saturday, I usually do 6 shows that day. So I'm up early, packed for the day. Each show has a different suitcase. Music has been submitted. So not only am I in charge of like usually hosting the show, but I produce the show. I book the guests and talent. I put together payroll. I put together the set list, the lineup, the music, the flow of the show, and then MC it and then perform in between.
He's hired for events.
I know. I'm a women in one event.
Absolutely. I'm so serious. That's what I do. People reach out to me, and most of the time I'll put on events and I'm not even there. I just do all the behind the scenes work for it. But I am always known for the energy I bring because people can read that shit. If you go into a show and your host or your drag entertainer is hungover or tired or unable to just like to function and walk around, that energy drains you. And if you're trying to get up for a 10:30 brunch and your entertainment is tired, that's not going to wake you up.
Yeah.
No.
So dig deep
You can feel
find
people's
shit,
energy.
wake up. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
How do you tuck?
How do you tuck? Okay, let's just
Give us the play-by-play.
There's 3 different ways you can tuck. The way that I tuck them, that's most common. You take your balls and you shove them up into your body. Okay.
Like shove them up
like into the butt crack.
Not the butt
Alvi,
crack. So
are you listening to this?
I know. Demonstration.
there's a little pocket above like the base of your dick and like where your pubic hair is where you can shove your balls in. You're thinking about it. I love watching your face as I describe this.
He's like, Angel and I've seen a lot of dick, but I'm trying to imagine.
Also watch a tucking video on Pornhub. One of the Drag Race Queens, Willem, did a live tucking video.
There's that little soft area that you're talking about. Yep.
Then you take all the shaft and the scrotum and pull it through the taint up into like the
Does
butt
it feel a
crack
little
area.
uncomfortable or
After 10 years, it really just naturally knows where it needs to
Yeah.
go. But and then you can do tight underwear to hold it in place with tights and padding, or you can do, if you're a body drag entertainer, so you like show your real ass, your real legs, plastic wrap, spray adhesive, duct tape.
It's an art form.
Snatch it back, and you put a thong on, and everyone's like, where
where did it go?
Yeah, that's what I was always wondering. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, and some people do what we call a monster mash, so they don't really tuck or it's uncomfortable, and so they'll just smash their dick as flat as they can
Sounds
up
painful.
against
They must
to
not have
them,
that big.
to them,
PP then.
you'd be surprised at.
Or like that dick
all
must be
thinking
tiny.
You'd be surprised. The size of the dick does not matter for the tucking. There are some queens that are body drag queens that have giant dicks, and they do that plastic wrap, spray adhesive, duct tape moment.
It might even be easier with a big dick because it just really wraps
you
around,
go.
right?
It might be.
It
It always
looks like you have a
depends.
swollen labia.
Yeah.
See, they get it smooth. Sometimes it's the outfit. Yeah, I was gonna say. Plus, when it's different when it's soft.
What about your dance moves? Like, where do you go to a dance class? Do you watch JLo videos? What do you do?
So you're
Yeah.
fucking good.
Oh,
You're like
thanks.
like almost splitting. You're jumping up and
That's
down.
right. We're not quite there yet. I want to
Splits are
split so
hard.
bad.
It's hard.
So
Yeah.
bad.
I'm not that flexible. So
I can barely
teach
touch
you.
my
I
toes.
can split.
you teach me?
I can
I
split.
would really
Wendy,
love
Wendy?
to learn.
Yeah, Wendy.
I want to learn so bad. I did Drag Nation is at Trax. Trax is a big club here in
I
Denver.
love tracks.
And they do Drag
there
Nation,
once.
which is a huge production showcase of drag where they put you with choreography and dancers. So that was kind of where earlier dancing stuff started. And then I go to hip hop classes and dance classes just down the street, actually, twice a week or once a week. Yeah.
We should go to that.
It's fun.
too.
One is like hip hop Zumba, where you're like following instructor. The other one is you learn 8 counts of choreography that's
Yeah.
instructed, and then you learn it, and then you perform in front of everybody.
So you're essentially creating your own choreography
For the most
for
part,
when you're performing.
few together.
I say more storyline because I don't do heavy choreography like some queens do. I don't want to be disrespectful to people that actually choreograph their numbers, but
Yeah.
my storyline includes dancing, and it's usually going to be the same for that number. Every number is different, and it's whatever story I'm trying to tell or whatever picture I'm trying to paint for you.
Okay, so your first performance.
Oh,
Well, how did that go down? Were you shitting yourself?
Oh God! So I wasn't out. I was doing drag and not out, which was the scariest thing. I did "I'm a Machine" by David Guetta and went with my 2 friends at CSU, and I stepped on one of my friends' back and punctured a hole in her back with my heel, and I was
Wait,
so-
how did that happen?
I stepped on her back to do a trick.
Oh,
rescue,
no.
But I leaned back. I should not have.
It's okay. It's a supportive friend.
Well, no, we were not friends after that.
I'm just kidding. Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
She deserves the hole.
Yeah,
You know
you
what?
did.
If you can't be supportive,
Yeah.
you deserve it.
Hook me up. We're meant to be here. Yeah, I broke my other friend's hand because I squeezed it so hard. I was so scared. But
That's strong. Damn.
I was terrified. I was terrified. Yeah, CSU's welcoming though. That's like one of the university crowds. You can take a dump on the stage and they're gonna love it. They're going to scream
like,
and cheer. You
yes.
better take a shit on that stage.
Yes.
They love it.
It's most of Colorado too, right?
Yeah.
Well,
It's a good state to be in. Yeah, I mean, you have
You have
course,
a
the
lot of very
conservative-
accepting people in Colorado in comparison to other places.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. But then outside of like the university scene, my first paid gig was a red, white, and blue 4th of July themed show. And I did, it's the Oops tweet. I don't know, I'll tell you what I did last night.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like now that's what I call music number 9.
That's
is
what I
the
call
song
music.
that- I know, right? Aging myself.
Throwback.
Yeah, and I just took a bunch of clothes off. I was scared to do 2 numbers. It's pretty standard to do 2 numbers, but I was like, can I please only do 1? I don't know if I can do 2. And then that was stupid.
And the crowd,
Fuck
and the
self-doubt.
crowd just loved you.
They did. It was really nice.
I
The cast loved me. I
that.
got put on cast after that, which was really
Oh,
nice.
really?
And my first casted show, the Lipstick Cabaret or Glitter Drag Cabaret now is what it's called.
Now let's get to the makeup part.
Okay.
We must get to the makeup. So it took you an hour and 7 minutes to get
Yes.
ready.
No, like, how did you learn?
YouTube was the biggest thing, and I'm one of those people that even to today I'm okay with going through ugly phases if I try something new.
Yeah.
And that's how I was earlier on in drag. If I tried something and it looked awful, I just wouldn't do that again for the next time. And every time I'm in drag, it's an opportunity to be put into makeup. Try something different, play around with it. I always say makeup is too much fun to do the same face twice. So play with colors, shapes.
I'm gonna start coming in different faces.
do it.
You can follow your makeup.
First of all, I am. I'm gonna be.
I'm for it.
Okay.
You should.
Experiment with makeup more than me.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, you've done
More
some
lipstick.
colored. Yeah, lipstick.
I mean, you learn what works for your face, and you learn what does not work
Yeah.
for your face very quickly.
Sometimes I'll see a photo. I'm like, what
What
on
was I
earth?
thinking?
Where are you thinking?
That's why I stopped because I'm like, Jesus Christ, I got punched in both my eyes.
And that's the thing is it's like a track record. So you look 10 years ago and you're taking photos and you're like, okay, we've obviously grown
Yeah.
since then. You learn what to do and make it set all day or last through 104-degree weather, whatever.
What's
So
your
what-
favorite look?
My favorite look, I like alien drag. I really love doing
Fun.
alien, very colorful pops of contorted shapes on the face, but it's very pretty girl alien queen.
Yeah.
Very intense. Yeah. That's kind of like my favorite vibe.
How do you get the lashes to stay?
Wig glue, actually. Yeah. So if you go to like the Sally's Beauty Supply, most of the duo and stuff like that you get at drugstores, you're like, wait a second.
Hold on. You've mastered the falsie.
Yeah, I do. I don't do them now, but I'll do them
imagine.
when I'm in New York or I'm traveling.
Yeah.
They're just fun.
Yeah, of course it is.
But like at 2:00, they are kind of like halfway.
You've been working tonight.
I'm like, she should.
You've been partying and having fun.
And sweating.
All the sweat is making them all droop down.
Exactly.
Oh,
Okay, what's your favorite makeup brand or product? Like one thing you cannot live without.
Mayron and Dermablend. If I would recommend that for people that are not even doing drag or anything. If you want makeup that is going to be full coverage, be worth the money that you pay for it, set, prime, and get your at least the base of your makeup together, that's what I recommend. The primers, the setting sprays, the foundations will last you a lifetime for the price that you pay, and they're incredible. And
Okay.
they don't. They're anti-acne prone or whatever. They fight
So I
against
have a
acne.
question. We do skincare.
Yeah.
So when did you get diagnosed with psoriasis, or like when did you notice it, and how are you treating it?
Yeah, so I noticed it when I was a freshman in college. I was swimming and I kept brushing my hair and finding all the psoriasis like skin things and thinking, oh, I have dry scalp. I went to so many doctors that then saw the spots and they thought it was bed bugs at one point and they thought it was ingrown hairs.
Isn't
And
it
they
so
thought
crazy that
wild?
I couldn't. It took like 6 visits
Crazy
to
to me.
different people.
They're doctors.
Until someone was like, oh, this is just psoriasis. I'm like, okay, why did you just clock it by looking at me and everybody else struggled to figure this out?
Yeah.
For a while I did creams and I did Humira shots. So I have a severe form where the shot was needed and it clears it up, but it comes with a lot of internal complications.
Okay.
When I lost my health insurance with my parents, because legally they took me off, then I couldn't afford the medication. So I decided just to live with it. And the less I think about it, psoriasis is a stress-induced skin disease.
Yeah.
The less I worry about it, think about it, put my body through things, and find other ways to be healthy mentally and physically. I have
flare-ups.
it, and I don't
Yeah.
mind showing it. I think skin texture is pretty normal.
Yeah.
But it's just less of a concern, and I'm not spending the money on a medication. It's if I was going to spend anything for cosmetic pieces, I'd put it towards something else rather than my skin.
Yeah.
Sure.
Have you gotten any Botox, lip filler?
I got my
Okay.
lips done.
Nice.
I love my lips. I want them so big that I smell my upper lip. I really do. I get Botox.
Same, but mine don't get big. I want my
No?
they don't.
Her filler just
Just sits.
I got
and
it done a
comfort.
month ago.
They look great,
her filler dissipates.
but they're not like they're huge to your nose or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Okay, how many syringes did you do? All of it. You're like, just do them as
I do
big
the
as you
lip flip.
possibly
I know.
can.
I love
And do you do talks?
I do Botox, or it's not Botox. It's a form of
Dysport,
Botox.
something like that. ZM.
And plasma injections for acne. So
Okay.
they take my blood, separate it, put the good stuff back in my face, and then rub it over. And it's been amazing.
Have you always struggled with acne?
And
Have
then
you?
doing drag it didn't help anything
With all the
either,
makeup.
because I'm constantly in it. But it's the best. My skin routine and skincare is the best it's been in my life.
Good.
Perfect? No. But
Yeah.
No one's is.
no, ever.
No one's is.
But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I've gotten my front 4 teeth done. I got veneers for my
Let's
front
see 'em.
4.
Yeah. pretty.
Amazing.
They're good.
I know.
I see
shit.
some veneers and
They
I'm
look
like,
natural.
they
I
look
wanted
like
that. You can tell, and you're like, that's
they look like they got it from a horse.
Yeah.
I'm like, where
Right?
did they get them
giant.
Coming out.
from? Do they not come in different sizes? I'm just so
Did you
curious.
fit that into your mouth?
Yeah, no, but yours are great.
Thanks. And then I got my eyebrows tattooed on.
Great. Okay.
I
that's
shaved
something
them for
else.
like 2 years, and then I was like, well, I'm really done with people thinking I'm sickly all the time.
That's a look now, though.
Yeah, now it's a look. But now I have them tattooed on 3 years ago, and it's the best decision I
Okay, wait, how old are you?
I just turned 30 in May.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
I have 20.
Are you a Gemini?
I'm a Gemini Taurus, the cusp baby.
Okay, wait,
I
I'm
love
a Gemini.
What day?
May 23rd.
I'm a 21st.
Oh my
So I'm
God. Yeah, we're meant to be. And she's a
a
Libra. So
Libra.
we're soulmates at this
Yeah.
table.
I love a good
You're
job.
the party girl at
Yeah.
this table.
I'm done partying, okay? But
Libra's party very differently.
yeah, we do.
Do they?
I don't know. I'm just making shit up now. Would you believe
like,
me?
I've never
I know
heard
nothing
that.
about horoscopes.
Everyone's like, oh, we knew that about Angel. I'm like, don't feed it.
Usually anytime I'm like, oh, what's your horoscope? And they're like this, I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Even
I
if
know
you know
nothing
fucking
about
idea.
anything. And they're like, what does that mean?
Scorpio moon rising.
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah. Saturn
Saturn
fall.
Dateline at 7 p.m. I turn the fuck up.
That's her Ferdy.
There you go.
Okay, so next question. What is next to come for you? Like, what is next for Jessica Lohor?
So this year, my biggest goals, I have 3 of them. One is I'm planning a 50-city tour around the country for July, August, and September. And I think the first week of October, because I got invited to a Pride Fest, which I'm excited about. So 50-city tour. I did one at the beginning of COVID. It was 32 cities, but it got shut down as I got to like the 8th city. So I really want to do that. I'm working on a huge, Rihanna does her merch, Fenty style music video kind of release. I've been working on custom packaging and merchandising. So I'm
A dream.
getting models and doing a whole like video shoot to release merchandise. DragCon in LA is a big deal. And so I'm going and I'm actually purchased 3 booths. So I'm going to set up a Jessica Lohor, Ask a Queen Anything, do a whole, you may not be a Rue girl, but let's treat me like a Rue girl thing there. And then I'm planning a drag competition for the state of Colorado, a $3,000 grand prize for drag entertainers to compete. And
Work on it. We're definitely
be a
going.
judge.
please,
Okay.
you should. I'm lucky.
You were a judge for the paper fashion show. That's her resume.
I love the paper
That's
fashion show.
my resume. I'll send my resume. I judge everybody back
You're
here.
serious. I'll have you.
Do you get to meet Rihanna?
No. I'm just
you
inspired by
imagine?
her. God, if I met Rihanna, I'd be a mess.
I'd
be a puddle.
faint. Yeah, I wouldn't even.
Same.
Okay,
I
who's
love
your
her.
style icons of the moment?
Ooh, I've always been really connected to Gaga, and that's just simply because every single era of her life is so different, and she does what she wants when she wants to, and that's very much how I create my looks, my performances, my stories. It's really what I want, how I connect to it, what I can create, and it's really what I want to do. I'm not influenced by mainstream things or people or other drag artists like that, but
That's
Gaga's
awesome.
outfit aesthetic for
We
sure.
need to go to.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna go to Hamburger Mary's.
Please.
And we're this Sunday.
This Sunday I'll be out of town, but
I will be out
Next
of town
Sunday.
too, so
The next
perfect.
Sunday.
There we go. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I want to know your hype song of the moment. Like, what did you play this morning for your hour and 7 minutes getting ready?
Yo, this is gonna be the crazy. People think I'm insane. I sit in silence. I don't.
Silence is golden.
Sometimes I'll put a podcast on, or I'll put on like a YouTube video of an interview. But I sit in silence all the time because I'm around loud things. all
Yes.
the time. So
I sit alone a lot because I'm around people so much. So to recharge, I am usually alone at a bar by myself. And people are like, oh my gosh, I saw you by yourself. And I'm like, no, that's how I
Like, don't feel bad for me.
Hey, don't. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. That's me. I'm chilling.
truly how I recharge. And so I get it because when you're around a bunch of people, you love it. But in order to, so I get the sit.
Yeah, I sit in my car with the radio off and just kind of just chill out, sit in my makeup station and chill out. It's
relaxing to do makeup, honestly.
It's very relaxing. But if I'm getting ready to like party, I will throw on some Bad Bunny and that'll get me.
There you go.
I'm ready to like go turn up. I'm calling the Uber. I'm blasting some Bad Bunny to get in the mood. That's for sure.
Well, tell me, where can people, well, tell everyone where they can find you.
JessicaLahore.com is the best one. It's Jessica and then LWHOR.
And if they want to book with you or book a
Same
party or
on my website, best thing to do that. I do a little bit of everything, and that's the best way to get a hold of my schedule. But Instagram, Twitter, or X.
because you have an assistant also.
Yes.
Yeah. She was lovely.
She is great.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one last question.
Yeah.
Where did the name Lahore come to be?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's a good one because I'm so used
wondering.
to saying it for the last 2 weeks.
Same.
Yes. So a super sex positive person my entire life, super body positive person my entire life. In college, very much slept with who I wanted to as much as I wanted to.
Good for you.
Ditto.
She said ditto.
Everyone has an inner
You have
Lahore.
to.
Everyone
Ditto,
has or has had their inner Lahore, their slut phase, whatever.
100%.
But I was very much slut shamed, like many of my friends were in college, and so I did Lahore as like a anti-slut shaming thing.
Yeah.
Started conversations about it. Most of my spiel or shtick on the mic is very raunchy, X-rated, unfiltered, unhinged, very much paint fucked up images into your brain style of
That's the best.
comedy and hosting.
Oh my God. Can you do a little intro, like a teaser, what you do?
Yeah, something
Like,
it's like I'm the
pretend we're
biggest
sitting
whore in all of Colorado and the nastiest bitch in the state. Everything you hear coming out of my mouth probably came in my mouth. Like the good little whore that I am, I gargled that shit up and swallowed like a professional, and I saved money on Crest White strips.
Yes, so we always
So
does semen whiten the teeth?
today it does. In my mind, it does.
Right.
If you believe it, it will happen.
Yeah, you
I'm
manifest
still
that
in a
shit.
testing phase. Okay.
No, I love it.
So
Will you fully ever transition just over to Jessica?
I was thinking about that. I kind of go back and forth between my non-binary trans identity and what that looks like, and I don't think that's my next step. I very much love waking up and expressing masculine and feminine features in whatever way that looks for me. It seems like I would be doing it at this point if I were to make a decision to accommodate other people's confusion rather than my own, and I'm very content and happy where I'm at.
You gotta stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Might be one day, but right now I'm okay.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, amazing. I think that was everything.
I know. I feel like
I want
We talked about it so much.
I want to see you perform.
You have
That's
to
what I
come.
want.
You'll never know what you get from a dancing number
Yeah.
to fucking myself with
and
a
I
burrito.
haven't been in a very long
yourself with a
time.
burrito.
Yeah, we call it the pussy burrito.
Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go in a couple weeks. I
burrito.
promise you.
Please.
We're gonna bring Alvy with
Send me a
us.
message.
Albie, you're coming with us.
Alvy, you're coming
He's
with
gonna teach
us.
you how to tuck. You're going in on it. We're finna
I know when you're coming.
Okay, we'll
And
DM
do
you.
something real
But
cute.
I just want to say I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
You're gorgeous. Not just I can just tell you just have such a great heart
Your spirit.
and your spirit, your
This is kind.
energy.
Thanks.
And you know what? Your parents are missing out.
Yeah,
because
they
I am
are.
so proud of
Fuck
you.
them.
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
what Jessica Lahore does next. Thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Thank you for having the time to bring
Thank
me on.
you.
too.
And if you want your lips done, we got you next
Okay.
time.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.